There aren't that many saber-toothed tigers around these days, right? We don't have to fear that something's waiting for us around the corner, ready to pounce when we go and dig up the veggies for lunch. So why do we feel so much dread when it's time to get back into the action-taking lane? Spend time worrying about what people are thinking of us, thinking about the possibility of failing, being rejected, and other people's influence in that. Fear of the unknown holds back such important decision-making, which makes it so difficult to have the clarity to progress, to be able to move forwards in life to actually what we want. Welcome to today's Uncover the True You live show. Let's focus on the actionable steps which can help us move from a state of fear and frustration to one of gratitude and freedom, okay? It sounds good. When was the last time you didn't do something that you so wish that you had? I can think of a few. Regrets feel awful, don't they? How many times did you catch yourself thinking, I wish I had done that instead of that? If only I could turn back the clock to change things around again. Maybe you skipped a job interview because you thought you didn't stand a chance, or felt that you couldn't approach a particular person for a life-changing conversation. Why didn't you follow through? What held you back? So many times it's not the actual task that's daunting, but what's going on in our heads. That internal narrative, imagining the worst scenario, is so much easier to just give up. Give up on what you're doing. Put your gym bag back in the cupboard and go back to bed, okay? Or send an apology message for that up-and-coming webinar or accountability meeting. Go to the fridge and pour another glass of wine. Continue binge watching on Netflix. If you join the meeting, you'd now feel more fulfilled instead of disappointed in yourself. You'd feel more motivated and inspired to get stuff done, and you realize that you had such a valuable opportunity to share your thoughts and your questions on the meeting, or be able to contribute, and now it's too late. So many things. How are we going to get to where we want to be when we don't show up for ourselves? Never mind about other people. We're letting others down as well. Whatever the scene or the circumstance, sending insincere apologies quickly brings up that frustration, the regret, and the upset, especially if we immediately press send when we're canceling something, or write that note, put the phone down after excusing ourselves from some event. Frustration can stem from so many things. Being stuck in traffic, for example, putting off personal goals like weight loss because what you're doing doesn't seem like working. Don't give up. And what about social media? It's incredibly easy to have high expectations watching all the success stories. So many people around you living the life you'd love, or you think you'd love. You're leaving people feeling inadequate and disgruntled with their own personal situation. I'm my own worst critic. When I press the stop record button at the end of one of these online calls, I think I overthink. I stress about what people think about what I've said. I feel frustrated because I feel I could have done better. I'm one of those 100% people. It's got to be perfect, which is ridiculous. Nothing's perfect. I just feel that when I've messed up, I would love to do it again, but sometimes you can't do it again. You only get one chance. But one of the things that you can do again, that you know you can improve. We're on a journey, we're all learning and getting better, right? Every time. We can do it again, right? Most things. Do it better next time, and the next, and the next, and the next. My stepson messaged me this week to say that he really liked a recent promo video, the one for this show. And then he asked me if I've ever rewatched my 2015, I think it was, YouTube video, my first one, if I've watched it lately. I laughed out loud because it's good to be reminded and recognize your progress. The difference now to then, I appreciate my hard work and determination to get where I am now. I know that I can get further and I'm on that journey, but it makes a big difference when you realize that you are helping other people and you're fulfilling your envisaged best life. So I'm so excited about that. So, in other words, how can we transform our life from fear to freedom and frustration to gratitude? Let's get down to it and start with step one. Step one is the best advice I've ever heard on this subject. Let's change the word fear to excitement. Think about that one. When you're about to do something challenging, like stepping out on stage, for example, to speak in front of hundreds of people, just say to yourself, I'm so excited that I get to do this. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to get on that stage and share my talk today. Or maybe you're about to have an interview for a job that you'd really love. Hear yourself saying out loud, this is so exciting, I can't wait to get started. Or gosh, I'm so excited that I've signed up to help with the latest ... campaign, work project or anything. Okay, when you're feeling nervous about it, just switch that word. You're not fearful. You are excited and feel privileged and accepted to be able to have this opportunity. There are so many things that we can switch to the positive aspect when you start thinking about it. And you can use that confidence and envisage success in your mind to better succeed with all your goals. Step two, purposefully focusing on what you're grateful for. Gratitude isn't just a warm feeling. It's a powerful tool that can dramatically shift our whole perspective and enrich our lives and that of others. Let's break down exactly how you can integrate gratitude into your everyday routine, moving from doubt and anxiety to enthusiasm and abundance. We need to understand the source of the sudden brick wall in front of us, why we feel so stuck. Often it stems from focusing on unmet expectations, what we fear that we lack, or the feel that we lack, or the fear of losing, yes? Experiment by switching it around. Begin each day with a gratitude list. Write down or say out loud 3 to 5 things, more if you like, that you're truly thankful for. It can be simple as a good night's sleep, a kind gesture from a friend, or the awakening beauty of the morning sun. That makes me smile too. It shifts our focus from what's missing to what's present. Feeling thankful helps us to start moving from a mindset of scarcity to abundance, which is what we're looking for, to feel fulfilled, to feel whole, to feel happy, to be happy and live our lives well. Experiment by using a gratitude journal. You can flip through it when you're feeling down. It sets a positive tone for the day, changing your focus for what you feel that you're missing in your life to what you appreciate. It makes it far more tangible, real. You can see it, smell it, feel it, and believe in it. Believe in yourself. It's not just about acknowledging the good things. It's about shifting from a reactive state, a stance, where fear dictates our actions, to a proactive stance, yes? So from being stuck and paralyzed to taking that first step, moving forwards, realizing that it's not so bad as you think it is, that tonight it'll all be over. You'll get through this challenge, to move forwards and enjoy yourself. Sometimes we go and do something and I often say to people, enjoy it while you can. Someone's saying, I've got this, I've got that. Well, try and enjoy it while you're doing it, makes a big difference. Gratitude really leads to a fuller, more connected life. Step 3, scheduling time every single day to be mindful about where you are at. Regularly stop to think, how am I doing? A few minutes at a time throughout the day. How's it going today? What can I do now to make it even better? Check in with your mental state. Are you feeling stressed, worried about something in particular? Take a look at how you're feeling. Mindfulness and meditation techniques help reduce stress and anxiety and enhance our presence. Self-reflection brings us back in the now, just when we stop and take a moment. It helps to reduce stress and anxiety. It really helps clear our mind of negative thoughts and fears. Some people get intimidated by the idea of meditation, right? Thinking that they need a special skill or a lot of time to learn how to do it. It doesn't have to be complicated, it's simple. The thing, as in with most intentions in life, is to just get started. Even 5 minutes, 2 minutes of focused breathing can drastically reduce stress and get you started. There's an interesting quote by Robert Heller, and he says, "Fear is excitement without breath." And when you think about it, when we're frightened of something, we stop breathing. And when we breathe through things, we breathe through the obstacles, through the worry. Focusing on our breath is what meditation's all about. It's the thing, as with most intentions in life, as I said, just to get started. And so many people I've heard say, meditation isn't my thing. Nah, it's not my thing. But have they ever tried it? Have they actually tried it? I mean, I feel I'm guilty of some food things like sushi, right? I say I don't like it. I've actually never tried it. I just don't fancy eating raw fish. Maybe I put a little bit in my mouth once at a restaurant, but I haven't really tried it. In trying one little sample doesn't mean that I don't like it. So we need to bring ourselves back to the present moment, bring ourselves back to our self-truth. We can do it simply by concentrating on our breath, noticing the rise and the fall of the abdomen and our chest, breathing deeply as we inspire and expire. It helps us to focus back on what's happening right now, helping to clear away those awful clouds of worry and anxiety that press us down, okay? There are thousands of meditation examples on YouTube to choose from, beginner levels to advanced, and there are apps like Calm or what's the other one? Headspace, also. Excellent resources. Just type in YouTube, meditation, guided meditation, brief meditation, beginners, 5 minutes, 1 hour, music only. Choose your music, choose your words, choose the person. So many choices nowadays with our search engines, right? All it takes is to sit down and close your eyes for a few moments and starting to focus on your breath. Just take time out. You will save time during the day by taking that time to settle and to feel into what's bothering you, what's coming up. It can make a huge difference. So meditation is another one. Self-reflection, taking time out, going to a beautiful place that you feel calm and safe and quiet, and reflecting and thinking about what you're doing and your day and how you want to move forwards. Okay, so step number 4, an action plan. Make an action plan. Consider what's actually holding you back and decide what you can do about it. What can you do? Recognize why you're feeling stuck and frustrated. Understand what's needed to set a more realistic and achievable goal. What's your end game? What do you need to get to where you want to be? Maybe you've just returned from a cruising holiday and you overindulged. You found it so hard to resist the incredible food choices available, right? And you want to watch your weight for a while, but you find it so confusing, and there are so many resources and overwhelming information out there, countless ideas on how to lose a few pounds or kilos. And of course, everyone has their own opinion. So that's your block. It's frustrating. And you can try so many things. For example, did you know that sometimes when you feel hungry, it's just your body signaling and sending a message that it's thirsty? It's encouraging you to have some juicy fruit or some high water content vegetables. And so if you go and drink a glass of water, it stops the hunger pangs. It's our natural need for hydration. Little tips and tricks, because you take action and you look into all the ways that you can move forwards and accomplish your goal. So you take away that frustration by feeling grateful for what you actually have, that you have now the chance to get to your aim. And exercise, of course, planning times to schedule a daily exercise with a friend really, really works. Planning, putting your clothes out the night before, putting your trampoline out on the terrace, or arranging an appointment to go riding with a friend, and you go down to the stable yard and do all the chores that are there and walk the dogs, etc. It's crucial to set goals that don't overwhelm you. So if they're work goals, for example, think about your capabilities, think about your fit with the company. Do you understand what they expect of you? Do they understand what your possibilities are so that you're a good fit? So it's a time to plan and step back and know what you're doing and what's expected of you, and make sure that it's achievable, not overwhelming, and something that you feel that you can accomplish. Start small, for example, by exercising maybe small 10-minute walks rather than signing up for a marathon straight away. And whatever you choose to concentrate on, don't forget to celebrate your accomplishments. It's so important to celebrate the significant milestones on your path to bigger achievements. Acknowledging our wins helps us to build our confidence and diminish any feelings of self-doubt and frustration, right? Whether it's career advancement, improving personal relationships or health goals, so many things do have clear objectives. They give you a sense of purpose and direction. And knowing yourself, when you discover your self-truth, you uncover your purpose. So when you dig down deep into your values, your strengths, and you have that vision of where you want to go to and the mission, how to get there, and you make your plans and you have the goal setting, then that's the way to have the clarity of direction and purpose. Step 5, seek positive social influences. Spending time with positive people helps to uplift your spirit and immerse you in the kind of energy you want to be surrounded with, right? Reinforcing feeling of support and togetherness. So go to those places where you have that energetic feeling, not where you're going to be spending time with people that you don't connect with and they drain the energy from you. Spend time with people that you aspire to be like. It can really transform your perspective from one of self-doubt to excitement and action. Remember the fear to excitement? By surrounding yourself by those who embody the qualities and achievements you want, you naturally begin to adapt and adopt their optimistic attitudes and courageous behaviors, which helps overcome our own fears and open doors to new opportunities. A saying is that if you're the smartest person in the room, leave the room. Yes, I think that was one of Simon Sinek, and also Elon Musk, perhaps. Because I think it's Simon Sinek. Because you're not being challenged or learning anything new. So challenge yourself. To truly transition from a state of stagnation to one of growth and happiness, you need to be in an environment where you can be inspired, where you can face new questions and problems that awaken your mind and spirit. This constant engagement with challenging ideas and people who push you beyond your limits is essential for personal transformation. We all need change, and sometimes it's frightening, but transformation, it sounds just more enticing, right? Like the transformation of a caterpillar to a butterfly. It's beautiful. Transformation of a seed to the most beautiful flower, or the growth of a tree. It's changing its state, but transformation just brings it into the heart and into the positive mindset. And say yes to that party invitation. Ask a friend to join you at a local event. Sign up to a yoga retreat, maybe one you've been longing to join. Get going, take action and do it. Saying I get to instead of I get to go instead of I get to do it instead of I have to. So saying I get to do it instead of I have to do it. It switches things around so fast and makes you be excited about it, enjoy it. And lastly, step 6, reflect and adjust at the end of the day. The day comes to an end. Let's finish it by reflecting on what went well and what could be improved. Like I was saying about these calls, what went well and what could be improved, not dwelling all the time on, I repeated that phrase, which I've already done now, I noticed, or I lost my thought process. I went off on a down the rabbit hole. So what did I do well? What can I improve? Okay, take the negatives out of it. It's important not to dwell on negative experiences, but to recognize every day what can be an intentional step forwards. Adjust your strategies as needed, being patient with yourself and others throughout the process, throughout the whole day, throughout the whole of your life. We come across situations every day, many sometimes, that something, oh goodness me, why did they say that? Why does that person think that? And oh, how silly. And you can judge people. Bring it back to being patient and understanding that that person might have a reason. Maybe they're not feeling well today. Perhaps they didn't show up with something that you asked them to do. Perhaps they work for you. Remember that everyone has a story. Everyone has those hiccups, and being patient with yourself throughout the whole scenario can really help you recognize where our fear and frustration comes from. And it gives us the power, and others also, to start changing our responses. Okay. So I trust that today you've learned a new tip or two to be able to start waking up to your purpose and to be full of positive energy. Tune into your emotional, purposeful intentions. Okay, so let's put that into practice tomorrow, to tune into our emotional purposes. Okay, let's recap now on what we talked about today, and I'll leave you with some things to talk about. So we covered how switching from fear to excitement can make a huge difference in our future success in all areas of life. That being aware of what you're grateful for helps to appreciate what you have. We spoke about how transformational it can be to consider including meditation in your daily schedule. Please think about that one. It really is a game changer. And how planning is also essential to take daily action and set personal intentions. And recommendation number 5, consider how you choose your friends and social community. Choose wisely who you spend time with. Can make a big difference. And let things go. Maybe you move on and the friendship changes. Just accept it and move on to your new pathway, that successful pathway. And remember that taking time out for personal reflection and adjustment positively influences your self-discovery. Okay, let's have a question before we wrap this up. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions to think about. Think about one task that you felt challenging lately. How did you deal with it? How did you manage to switch your fear into excitement if you did that? And if not, keep that thought with you for the future, switching it from something that you feel frustrated, doubtful about, uncertain about, unconfident, to the opposite, obviously. Confident, believe in yourself, and you know you can do this, and just get started. Okay. And what about gratitude? Do you feel that you have things in your life that you're grateful for? You can go back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Look that up if you've never heard of it. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's a pyramid of the necessities of life, starting at the base of the need for shelter, sleep, comfort. It moves up through all the stages of life. And it's so interesting. Look it up. We'll talk about that on another call. Don't want to get into it now, but look at what you can be grateful for, because that means that perhaps you're grateful because you have a roof over your heads, that you have food on the table, that you have a husband that you love very much. If not, then let's make that change. Let's discover our individuality and be that person that people want to be with. Yes? Yes, well, I'm going on another trait here, but how do you include gratitude in your life? And if you don't, what can you think about to include knowledge and realization of what you do have instead of what we lack? Okay, change your daily perspective. And also, what's the biggest challenge you've faced with mindfulness? Have you ever tried meditation? Have you given it a go? Do you find perhaps that you're always thinking things and thinking, I can't do this, there's a monkey on my shoulder, I need to do this, and I've got to go and collect the washing, or I've got to go and drive somewhere and pick someone up at the airport? You can't settle. Make sure that you take a few seconds, a few moments just to stop. And when you have that thought, say, yes, I hear you, but not now, not now. I'm doing something else. I'll come back to you later. Okay, put those thoughts aside. There's lots of advice on YouTube. And if you connect with Dr. Jody Spencer, Eckhart Tolle, a lot of meditation, a lot of experts out there. And let me know how you got past the block. How did you get it done? Whether it's a challenge in your work or your life, or meditation, something you're trying to embrace in your life. So, we all deserve to live a life characterized. I'll start again. We all deserve to live a life characterized by gratitude and freedom rather than fear and frustration. We do. And if you find these steps resonant and want to discuss them further, don't hesitate to contact me. Love to help you, talk to you. I'm here to support you on your self-discovery journey and help you reflect on your progress in life and insights. I encourage you to take these suggestions and make them a part of your everyday life, to purposefully start your journey towards a life characterized by less fear and more freedom. Thank you for watching today, and I wish you an exciting, action-taking, transformative journey filled with peace and harmony. I really do. And don't forget to join my Helen P. Barton YouTube channel if you want to see these live show recordings or watch other videos all about self-discovery and uncovering your truth, your true you. And not forgetting next week, I will see you hopefully next week when we'll be talking about harnessing the powerful influence of daily habits in our lives. Harnessing the powerful influence of daily habits in our lives. There's so much to cover there. How many times have you said, today I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to do that? And it's things in your life that really will help you. Maybe it's health, maybe it's wealth, online learnings, tasks on your to-do list. Okay, so join us next week. It's going to be an epic call, and we're going to really dig down deep into how we can get things started. Big, true steps towards that life that you can envisage and you really are going to head towards. So on that note, thank you very much for watching. Ciao for now. Take care. Have a super week. Bye.